Okay, so today I'm actually going to be doing a tutorial on these wands. These are ribbon wands that can be used at events. I'm going to be using them at my wedding so that when we come down the aisle that everyone can actually wave these instead of throwing, rice or confetti or whatever. And they make for a beautiful picture. And I've also decided to attach bells as well, and that way it also makes a little bit of a jingle. So this is about 50 wands that I've made so far. This is one of them right here, a little bit closer up. There's the jingle bell that I have decided to attach, and each wand has at least 4 pieces of ribbon and lace. I'm doing a vintage wedding, so I have lots of lace. We're doing ivories, golds, and pink. So I'm going to show you all how to do that. Let me just get this out of the way. Okay, so this is just my little workspace area. I'm just watching TV and doing this in the living room. What you're going to need today to do these wands, you will definitely need a glue stick, that's for certain. And then you're going to need to have your ribbon that you would like to use. I actually got several different kinds. I got all kinds of different widths and sizes and colors. This is just a few of them. And for each one of mine, I made sure that I used at least one piece of lace, a piece of pink, an ivory, and a gold, so that each one picked up every color in my wedding. Also, you can see here, this is the ribbon that I got. I got huge rolls of it because it was actually cheaper to buy these in bulk than it is to buy the smaller ones. So you'll need that. You'll definitely need your glue sticks, scissors to cut your ribbons. These are the sticks that I bought, or the wands. I got this at Joann's, and they were 99 cents. So a really good deal. We did go to Michael's, and we found them there for about a little over $3 actually. So we took them back, and we went to Joann's and found these instead. So these are very sturdy. They're great. It's a great color. So yeah, at your local Michael's you'll find those. And then these are the jingle bells that we bought. Very inexpensive. You know, you just go on eBay, buy them wholesale. They come in like about a pack of 100. And through each bell I strung a little piece of ribbon through that as well to tie to the top of the wand. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, I'm going to flip this around. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to start with just one of your sticks. Very simple. And I'm just going to let you know, I researched this a lot, and there were definitely several ways to do this. This is just the way that I preferred and I felt like worked the best for the look that I was going for. So feel free to, definitely research it and figure out what you want. Now, before you do get started, when you cut the ribbon, I cut my ends this way. What you need to do is you need to make sure that you have to burn the ends. If you'll notice, I don't have any burn marks. We actually just lit a candle, and very carefully we just held it next to the candle and let it just kind of cinch the ends and melt it a little bit, and so that way it won't unravel on your wedding day, because you definitely don't want that. So what I actually did was I went from biggest width to smallest. So I took my largest piece first, just for this one specifically, and then I went with a gold, and I'm just going to layer them on top of each other. And then next I did my lace, and then my pink ribbon. Okay, so what I did next was I just tied this around the end of the stick like so. And I personally wanted to leave a little bit of a tail so that it's poking up from the top and the ribbon is hanging over. That's the look I wanted. But, you know, you can do it however you feel looks best. So you're going to loop it through, and before you fasten it, you don't want to fasten it, you're going to want to put a little bit of glue here. That's what's going to hold your ribbon down so it doesn't come flying off during the wedding. So just a little bit of hot glue here at the top. That's all it takes. And just slide up your ribbon, and then you're going to fasten it. Okay, and then I just kind of fluff out the ribbon a little bit so it kind of hangs over that way. Okay, so you'll get something that looks like this at first. Okay, and then next what you're going to want to do is you'll take one of your little jingle bells, if you choose to use a bell. If you don't choose to use a bell, this is actually, I mean, this is kind of it. That's literally all you have to do. It's super simple and cute. And I'm telling you, these make for beautiful pictures at your wedding. So I definitely recommend this. And that way people aren't throwing things at your face and confetti's not getting in your mouth or, you know, in your hair, down the cleavage of your dress. You know, these just look beautiful for pictures. So the next thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to place some glue here at the top of the ribbon. So you just want a little dab of glue there, and then you're just gonna place the ball on the glue, and it dries, you know, extremely fast, so you don't really even have to hold it there. And then once you do that, I just bring it around. And you're going to tie this. I double knotted it. And I would say that you really don't even have to use this little piece of ribbon. You can actually just glue the bell itself to the ribbon without this little piece of ribbon. Oops, I lost that there. But that's just kind of like preference. I kind of wasn't sure if the bell would get glued down on accident and then it wouldn't, you know, jingle at all, so I just took the extra precaution of having the ribbon on there so that it would stick to the ribbon and not the bell itself. But I'm pretty sure you could do either one and it would be fine. Okay, and I double knotted that as well. Okay, so that's really it. This would be the finished product. And you know, like I said, I mean, this I've made over 50 of these, and I'm sure that when all of our guests are coming down or are sitting there while we're coming down the aisle, that it's going to be beautiful for pictures and you know, just a silent sound of like each bell. So I mean, as you can see, I used several different laces, different sizes. This is one of my thicker ones, probably my favorite one. I mean, I ran out of this fast because I used it up so much. But they're just beautiful, and yeah, your guests will have something to go home with as well. Like, you won't even have to make them a favor, really, if you have things like this. So I hope that helped. This is the best way that I found. Just personally, this is the look I was going for. It can take a really long time to do them other ways. So, I mean, if you're a do-it-yourself bride, but you're also trying to, you know, just be a little bit faster than normal, then this will work perfect. So, I hope you enjoyed, and you can look back on my page. I'll be posting tons more of my do-it-yourself ideas for my vintage wedding. Thank you.